In this video, I am going to cover opportunity cost budgeting, advanced decision, making the hidden psychology behind every financial choice. Every financial decision a person makes carries a hidden consequence that most people never consciously recognize. When someone spends money, they're not only exchanging currency for a product or experience, but also sacrificing everything else that money could have achieved. This hidden trade-off is known as opportunity cost, and it is one of the most important concepts in both economics and personal finance. When applied correctly, it becomes the foundation of what can be called opportunity cost budgeting, an advanced decision-making system that goes far beyond traditional budgeting methods. At its core, opportunity cost is defined in economics as the value of the next best alternative that is foregone when a choice is made. In other words, whenever you choose one option, you are automatically rejecting another. If a person spends $100 on a restaurant meal, the true cost is not just the $100. It also includes what that money could have become if it were used differently, perhaps paying down high-interest debt, building an emergency fund, or being invested in long-term assets. This concept, formalized in economic theory, is central to rational decision-making and is widely used in financial analysis and policy evaluation. However, while the definition is simple, human behavior is not. Research in behavioral economics shows that people rarely evaluate money in terms of opportunity cost. Instead, decisions are heavily influenced by psychological biases. One of the most powerful is present bias, the tendency to prioritize immediate gratification over long-term benefit. This is why a small daily purchase, such as coffee or snacks, feels insignificant in the moment, even though over time it can accumulate into thousands of dollars per year. Another key psychological factor is mental accounting, a concept developed through behavioral economics research, which shows that people mentally separate money into categories such as fun money, savings, or bills, even though in reality all money is interchangeable. This separation often leads to irrational decisions, such as carrying high-interest debt while simultaneously keeping low-interest savings. Loss aversion also plays a critical role in financial behavior. Psychological studies demonstrate that individuals tend to feel the pain of losing money more strongly than the pleasure of gaining the same amount. As a result, people often avoid decisions that involve short-term sacrifice, even if those decisions lead to long-term financial improvement. Opportunity cost budgeting directly challenges this bias by reframing every purchase not as a gain, but as a trade-off between present consumption and future security. One of the most commonly used illustrations of opportunity cost in personal finance is the latte effect, which refers to the cumulative impact of small daily expenses. While a single $5 purchase appears insignificant, repeated daily over a year, it becomes more than $1,000. When viewed through the lens of long-term investing, this amount takes on an entirely different meaning. If $1,000 were invested annually with an average historical market return of approximately 7%, it could grow into tens of thousands of dollars over several decades due to compounding. This demonstrates that the real impact of small decisions is not in isolation, but in their long-term accumulation. The same principle becomes even more powerful when applied to larger financial decisions. For example, choosing to purchase a more expensive vehicle with a higher monthly payment does not only affect immediate cash flow, it also reduces the capacity to invest or save over time. Even an additional $300 per month can represent thousands of dollars per year that could otherwise benefit from compounding growth in investment markets. Over long time horizons, this difference can grow into six-figure opportunity costs. Similarly, carrying high-interest credit card debt creates a continuous financial drain, where money that could have been building wealth is instead consumed by interest payments, effectively working against the individual's financial progress. Opportunity cost is also closely tied to the concept of lifestyle inflation. As income increases, spending often increases proportionally, leaving little change in overall financial position. From a psychological perspective, this occurs because individuals adapt quickly to improved circumstances, a phenomenon known as hedonic adaptation. Opportunity cost budgeting counters this tendency by encouraging individuals to treat income increases as strategic opportunities rather than automatic permission for increased spending. A powerful real-world illustration of opportunity cost is found in long-term investing behavior. Financial research consistently shows that individuals who begin investing earlier in life accumulate significantly more wealth than those who start later, even if the total amount invested is smaller. This is due to the compounding effect, where investment returns generate their own returns over time. The opportunity cost in this case is not just money, but time itself. Delaying investment for even a decade can result in a substantial reduction in long-term financial outcomes, demonstrating that timing is one of the most critical variables in wealth building. Opportunity cost budgeting fundamentally changes the structure of financial thinking. Traditional budgeting focuses on categorizing income and controlling expenses. In contrast, opportunity cost budgeting reframes every financial decision as a comparison between alternatives. Instead of asking whether something is affordable, the more important question becomes what is being sacrificed in order to afford it. This creates a decision-making framework that prioritizes long-term value over short-term satisfaction. Despite its logical strength, opportunity cost budgeting often conflicts with emotional decision-making. Human behavior is deeply influenced by identity, social comparison, and emotional reward systems. Many purchases are not purely functional, but symbolic, representing status, reward, or emotional relief. This is why individuals may understand financial principles intellectually, yet still struggle to apply them consistently. Effective opportunity cost budgeting does not attempt to eliminate emotion, but rather to redirect it by aligning financial decisions with long-term personal goals. In practice, applying opportunity cost budgeting requires a shift in daily thinking. Before making a non-essential purchase, an individual must consciously evaluate what alternatives are being given up. This may include debt reduction, investment growth, emergency savings, or future financial freedom. Over time, this process builds financial awareness and reduces impulsive decision-making. It transforms money from something reactive into something strategic. Ultimately, wealth is not only determined by income or financial knowledge, but by the accumulation of decisions that either respect or ignore opportunity cost. Financial success is rarely the result of a single major action. Instead, it is built through thousands of small choices where individuals either prioritize immediate consumption or long-term benefit. Opportunity cost budgeting brings these hidden trade-offs into conscious awareness, allowing individuals to make more intentional and informed financial decisions. In conclusion, opportunity cost budgeting is not simply an economic concept, but a psychological framework for decision-making. It reveals the hidden value behind every financial choice and exposes the long-term consequences of short-term thinking. By understanding and applying this principle, individuals gain the ability to evaluate money not just in terms of what it buys, but in terms of what it builds or what it prevents from being built. In doing so, they move from reactive spending to intentional wealth creation, where every dollar becomes a deliberate decision about the future. Thank you for watching. In the next video, I will cover net worth-based budgeting system. If this video helped you understand budgeting better, subscribe to Budget and Build for more beginner-friendly finance tutorials.